to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to tell you the 10 facts that I personally think you need to know before becoming an esthetician. So if you're interested in the tips that I have, just keep watching. Okay, the first tip I have is to make sure you understand the career and what's included within this scope. And what I mean by that is that as an esthetician, we can only work on the epidermis. We cannot work below the epidermis. So all of these Instagram procedures that you see, like microneedling and dermaplaning and lasers, you need education beyond an esthetician to perform those procedures. So if you're getting into the industry to do those things, then please understand that once you obtain your license as an esthetician, that you have to keep going to be certified to do those procedures. Number 2 is research the school. So of course you want to go to an accredited school, and then you also want to make sure the school offers the reason why you came into this industry. So if you're in this industry to wax, then you need to make sure your school offers waxing in its entirety, because some schools don't offer Brazilians, and if you want to wax, then you want to be able to do all things wax. So you need to make sure your school offers everything to do with waxing. And you also want to research your school, stalk them on social media, look at their reviews online, look at their Yelp reviews to make sure that the school gives you what they say they have to offer, because this is a huge decision in how this is a huge play on how your career will go based off the school you attend. So you want to make sure you're attending the best school so you can get the best education. 3, school will more than likely be weekend based, especially when you get to the hands-on portion. So the first 10 weeks at my school, I went to Paul Mitchell School of Sunny, by the way. The first 10 weeks we were strictly in the books from, was it 9 to 5? No, it wasn't 9 to 5. 10 to 5? I was there all day. And the first 10 weeks we were in the books, and then after the 10 weeks you have to take tests and pass the test before you move on to the hands-on. So the hands-on is mainly on the weekends. So do you know, if you become an esthetician, more than likely you will have school on Saturdays. The 4th tip is to make sure you are aware of the hours that are required, and the hours differ from different states. So Alabama, where I'm originally from, you need 1,500 hours. Georgia requires 1,000, and Texas requires 750. But the good thing about those hours is that if I decide to move to Texas, then I'm covered because I have more than enough hours. But my sister lives in Texas, and her state only required 750. So if she moved here, then she'll need to make up the difference before she's considered a licensed esthetician in the state of Georgia. So you've gone to school, you've selected your school, you passed all your tests, you have all your hours, and now you're ready to take state board. So state board is both written and practical, and you must pass both to become an esthetician. The school will prepare you for state board when you are close to hitting your 1,000 hours. So be sure you take advantage of all the extra prep work, because the state board is very tedious, and you have to pass state board to get your license. So you can make all A's in school, ace every test, but if you get to state board and you don't pass your state board written or practical, then you're not an esthetician. 6 is spa versus salon. So in the aesthetics world, you have a spa side and you have a salon side. The spa side is more so relaxation. The music is slow, you make people feel good, they more than likely go to sleep, everything is nice. The salon world, the music is fast, upbeat, they want you to get them in, get them out. So salon world would be considered waxing or lash extensions of that nature. So they want you to get them in, get them out, so you can roll over to the next one. I personally have worked in both spa and salon, and I prefer spa because I prefer to help people feel good. And the salon, I'm just too of a calm down, let me fix you. So the salon world didn't like me because I'm in there waxing and I'm trying to clear up their ingrown hairs, and they didn't like it. It's a good idea to have both experience. So because most spas offer waxing too, so it's always good to have that little knowledge in the back of your pocket just so you can take full advantage of making your money. And speaking of making your money, you want to make sure you understand how you get paid. So this industry is basically commission based. So if that's something that you do not like, then this isn't the industry for you. And commission means you get a percent of whatever the fee is for the service. So your offer letter will tell you what all you get as far as flat rate, and your of course you get tips, and you can get commission on retail and the services, and then versus hourly. So I think I'll make a separate video on how you get paid as an esthetician, because you can really like dive deep into that. But you need to make sure that your offer letter is spelled out for you to understand how you get paid, because if you know how you get paid, you'll perform better and you'll make more money, especially since this is a commission-based industry. Number 8, you want to establish a game plan. So what I did right out of school, and FYI, I've been an esthetician since 2016, so I've been in the game for 4 years. And my very first job, I stayed there for a year because I wanted to learn all I could. It was a slow spa, so I knew I could really take my time to perfect my craft and build up my craft. And so I just stayed there a year to learn all I could. And then I ended up becoming the lead and got a lot of managerial experience. So my first job was like golden because I became the boss in like 2 months, which was fun. And with that, I got a chance to see more of like the business side of the spa, and more of how the numbers crunch down to all the way to the providers in the back of the house. So I've always had a great appreciation for having that experience right out the gate, because it made everything make sense. So your game plan will allow you to determine where you want to be your first year of an esthetician versus your 5th year of an esthetician. If your goal is to have your own spot, let's say in 2 years, or even you may even want your own spot right out of school, that's fine. But I do think you need to be around the spa industry or the salon industry just to see what works and what doesn't work. Because my first job, I definitely learned what I didn't like, but I also learned a lot of what I do like as well. So with that, I was able to channel into from the spa to the salon, from the salon to management again. And I've been in management ever since I left the salon. The 9th one is to follow seasoned estheticians. So I still do this to this day. My favorite esthetician on YouTube is Narita Joy. She's very knowledgeable. She's been in the game for maybe 30 years, and I can tell that she's changing with the times. I've met estheticians that started back probably when Narita did, and they are stuck on doing things the way they learned 30 years ago. Well, things change and processes and procedures evolve, so you have to change with the time. And Narita definitely changes with the time. Like, you can't even tell that she started 30 years ago based off of how she's in the know of what's going on now. She's very up to date with the aesthetics world now, and I really, really like her for that. There are several more, but you should definitely research estheticians online and YouTube and Instagram. And the 10th thing to know is to never stop learning and be open to change and new policies. So in school, you may learn how to do a microderm one way, but when you work for a company, they want you to do it another way. As long as that procedure is not impairing the client's skin, do it the way they want you to do it in the spa, because you are protected under your license. Under your insurance. And that's another tip. You have to have insurance in this industry. So after you become an esthetician, you get your license, the next step is to get insurance. So you want to be open to learning new things, because the industry is so much different than the school world. So that's why while you're in school, you need to soak up all that knowledge and the core values of this industry. And then when you go to state board, what you learn in state board is what is law, and that's what you take with you to your jobs. So be open to change. As long as it's not unethical and you're not harming the client's skin, you need to go by the job description. And you have the autonomy to say, oh, this is not for me, because trust me, in the interview, you'll see if this is where you belong and where you don't belong based off of whoever gives the interview and your offer letter. So make sure you have a clear understanding of what's expected for you before you decide to work there, just so you can grow and perfect your craft. And if you decide the very first job you get out of school is not what you thought it was, that's okay. I'm not saying stay there and be miserable, but you do need to leave the right way, because the industry is so small, and the last thing you need is to be known for someone who leaves and go from here to there, because you will not get hired. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.